your co-host and engineer for the God Success Teach and Pray and GODSU Tuesday Icon Talk. Tonight, we're going to be interviewing none other than the Imam Dr. Salahuddin Muhammad Chaplain, and he's a former chaplain for New York State Department Correctionals and Supervision. And without any further ado, my co-host, Her Excellency Dr. Chekesha Michelle Catlin, please take us away.
Yes, thank you, Dakar. I am so excited to be here today. Yes, I am Her Excellency Dr. Catlin, and it is GODSU Tuesday Icon Talk, and I'm so elated to have no other than our icon of the week. Yes, it is. You're an icon. I know you feel it, right, Dr. Salahuddin?
Yes.
That's right. You are an icon to us here at GODSU, and we're so excited. We want to thank you in advance for taking time out of your busy schedule just to come on our show that we love doing every week to meet icons such as yourself. I just want to tell all of our fans, please give us some hearts and clap it up. Share this right now because we're getting ready to witness the history, the leader himself, yes, in the community as well as at GODSU, Imam Dr. Salahuddin Muhammad, who is a retired chaplain of 28 years with the New York State Department of Corrections, yes, and Supervision. He's also retired senior imam Masjid I think it's
Ikhlas.
That's right. For 26 years on the job. He's also a retired contract chaplain of 17 years at Dakar College, as well as an alumni council and executive board member of Harvard Seminary in the beautiful Harvard, Connecticut. He's the past president of the Association of Muslim Chaplains. Okay, also an associate imam of the Islamic Center in Raleigh, right?
Yeah.
Vice president of the Muslim Endorsement Council. Imam Muhammad has a doctorate degree in Islamic Studies, Christian Muslim Relations, and a graduate certificate in Islamic Chaplaincy from Harvard Seminary.
Yeah.
He is also a proud member of the Health and Wellness team at the Islamic Association of Raleigh. He is certified in relationship counseling or coaching, relationship coach, right? And premarital and marriage facilitator, an ardent student of the late Imam Dean Muhammad. Yes, Dr. Salahuddin also has expertise in Islam, general Islamic studies, Islamic theology, premarital and marital facilitating. He's a motivational speaker, criminal justice issues, social justice issues, as well as inmate advocacy. Author of Bridging the Divide Between Immigrants and African American Muslims by Utilizing the Concept of Tawheed as the Catalyst. Imam Muhammad is married to the lovely Fonda Kit. He has 5 beautiful children, and I'm sure 10 beautiful grandchildren and 2 great grandchildren that I know is simply awesome. Please, yes, GODSU Tuesday Icon Talk, help me welcome my special icon for the week, Dr. Salahuddin.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure and an honor to be here at Tuesday Icon Talk GODSU. It's just really beautiful to see your beautiful smiles. It brings a smile to my heart, because I know in the troubling times that we're living in that we can still smile because we have to continue to live no matter what, right?
That's right.
So I appreciate being here with you all. Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome. And when I was just reading over your information, I mean, you're just such a phenomenal person. Some of your accolades that you have, you're a leader in the community. I mean, you're a chaplain. I'm a chaplain myself. And oftentimes, I know for myself, when people say to me, hey, what was your journey into chaplaincy? Like, oh, you're a chaplain? That's what they say. It's like they have a thought in their head what a chaplain looks like. And I guess what I want to ask you, because here on GODSU Tuesday Icon Talk, we believe in getting straight to it.
Okay.
your journey into chaplaincy? Like, really, I tell people I had like a nudge. You know what I mean? Like just a yummy nudge that I knew I wanted to do something more, right?
Mm-hmm.
That helped me just kind of like transition my life into something I felt really good about. But what was your journey that led you into becoming the leader in chaplaincy?
Oh well, that's a good question, and thinking about it, because oftentimes in certain classes that I've taken that deals with working with people and counseling and self introspection, etc., you have to begin to think about those things. So I go all the way back to my childhood, and I know that in my childhood I always wanted to help people. Didn't always do that. In fact, in terms of growing up in Harlem, I got caught up in things the way other people got caught up in things, and perhaps more so than other people. So that I don't have to get into all of the details of, I would call, my youthful indiscretions. I usually tell people that I ask them if they've read the book, The Autobiography of Malcolm X, and they say, yeah, they read it. I said, well, the life that he had before he became a Muslim, that was my life, just like that, if not more. And then I basically was awakened. The giant was awakened because I realized that my life is more important than me just being on the corner or me hanging out or me doing drugs or any of those kinds of things. And so I realized that it was something more important for me to do. Now, in saying that, the last time that I had what you call criminal involvement, or what you call, they call it criminal justice involvement today, I really thought about what I wanted to do. And so I educated myself, taking everything that was available. And so I received my associate's degree, my bachelor's degree, my master's degree in that situation. Actually, GED as well.
Okay.
And I said to myself, once I'm delivered from this womb, which I saw at the educational institution, I said that I really would like to help those people who are still incarcerated break free from the chains of recidivism.
Mm-hmm.
That was what drove me to want to come back into the facility as a chaplain. So I was blessed to get that opportunity in 1985 to come back in as a chaplain. And that's why I say I have 28 years working with inmates. So now the inmates, some of them knowing me from the past, knowing some of the things that I may have done in the past, they saw me as a picture of hope, and that it was possible to break the cycle of recidivism, and that a person could really come back to their dignity and come back to their honor, because God created us in honor and dignity, and that they should never let the crime define who they are. That's something that happened, but that's not who they are. That was a mistake. If they repent and that they mend their ways, they can come back to their true self. And so it became a task for me. Some people would say I was in a job trying to get out of the job. What I mean by that is I'm there as a Muslim chaplain. If there's no Muslims there, they probably wouldn't have me there as a Muslim chaplain. So I'm trying to get these guys and these girls to come out. Don't go back, because most time people have some time to do and they're not there forever. Now, when you come home, what are you going to do? Do the same thing and come back? Or are you going to recognize that that's not your life and get your life in order, do something constructive, and then be a part of the solution and not the problem? That gave me a lot of hope. It made me feel so good to be able to help people. And I was telling somebody just recently that I'm in touch with a few people who have come home from prisons, and they're doing very well.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's right. I love that statement. come out and don't go back.
Right.
I mean, that's what it's really all about. I mean, I just love that journey that you just described. I mean, it's just amazing in the correctional industry because I was a probation officer, so I do recognize that people there that you just know the goodness in their heart, and they just need that extra something, that extra person, that's been there, done that, right?
That's right.
Out and didn't go back, and so I just really appreciate your story. I love it, and that just leads me to the next question, and that is. You are a leader. You're a leader within this university for the Islamic chaplaincy. You're a leader in the community.
Yeah.
I'm passionate. I'm so passionate about young people and youth. Can you just tell me how, like now you're retired, and I know it's like retired, but you're still on this journey. You know what I mean? And I love it. And right now, more than ever, we need people like you just empowering the youth. So can you please explain to our viewers, what are some things initiatives that you're doing in the community and within God's youth to just God's youth to empower the youth right now? Because we want them to come out and don't go back. We don't even want them to go there, right?
Right, that's right. Stop them right now. We don't want
right
that,
now.
They call it the prison industrial system, and it's a pipeline from school to the prison. We want to break that. We want to break that. We don't want them going there. They don't have to. You know what I mean? You always hear people say experience is the best teacher. And I say sometimes, you don't have to experience going to jail. Listen to the person who went and got out of there, because some people won't come out. Some people will stay there, so you don't have to go. Just recognize that you can lift yourself up and get on track and not go back. One of the things that I've been doing, I'm working with my wife and my daughter. They have an organization called Leaders by Choice, LBC. And Leaders by Choice is to teach young people how to become leaders through the arts. So it's through theater and acting, etc. But it's empowering young people to have their voice, to recognize that they are somebody, that nobody can take it away from them and say that they're not. And so we're doing it that way. In the mosque, we also are working with the young people there, trying to help them to see that they are the ones that's going to be replacing us. They're going to be taking our place. So they need to make sure that they have everything that they need so they can do this. The distance, 28 years is a long time. So you have people today, they might not be on the job but for 10 minutes. Then they feel that's enough.
A long time.
You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent, and you just have to stay on the job. So we are working with them, and a lot of the work that I'm doing is crossing, I would say, religious lines, because it's not just about Muslims in the community, it's about all God's people. And so we work very strong with the religious people, the Christians and the Jewish people in their communities, and we work together and have an interfaith cooperation, because that's important too. Too many people have been told to look down on this particular religion or look down on that particular religion because that's this or that's the other, and it's not true. Once we get together, we find out that we have more in common than we have that's not in common. But you have to talk to each other. That will never come up if you don't talk to each other. You'll always hear this thing about, oh, those people over there. You open your door and say, come on in. They recognize, man, they just like us. That's all. He has a name. His name is not Bob. His name is Salahuddin. It may be a little tongue twister, but it's okay. It has meaning.
At the end of the day, we're all brothers and sisters, and that's what it's all about, looking out for each other. So I love it. Here on the GODSU Tuesday Icon Talk, every other week we feature, icons such as yourself, but we consider you a mogul, a man of God, unlike legacies, successfully. That's what we consider you, here at GODSU, a mogul. But we cannot let you go or leave the show without you telling us, what is your definition of a mogul?
Woo! I haven't thought about that. Even with the whole idea of icon, I will accept what you say, but I haven't seen myself as such. Although I recognize that I am modeling something, and so because I am a model, then that could be considered such. But I don't want anybody to look at us and say we're going to worship you. That's only for God.
That's
to
it.
worship God, right? Only for God.
He is king, we know, right?
That's it. And so for me, it's really speaking to a person that really understands what leadership is all about. And it's about service, service to humanity. Leadership is about service to humanity, not tooting my own horn or trying to do everything for myself, but to really be serving the people, God's people. And I believe that all of the prophets that came, that's what they were. They were servants to the people. And so that to me is what a Mongol is. It's somebody that's really committed to doing the work and really committed to being there for the people, not as a tyrant, but as a servant. That's what it means to me. And I've always had that in me. Like I said, sometime when I was younger, maybe I didn't do it, but I couldn't really make it in the other world because I had that kind streak in me, and that streak in me that said, no, I want to help people. I don't want to hurt people.
I call it that little nudge that just will not go away. It's that nagging feeling that just keeps you right in line with your destiny, right?
Yes.
Regardless of what's going on. Yes, it is. Mogul is a servant. It's being a servant to others. You know, I just love it. You're right. We only worship one king. That is what it is. But we all try to model the way. And I must say, Dakar, I believe you agree with me. Dr. Salahuddin is modeling the way for so many. I know it to be true because you are one of the 20 outstanding global workers this week. Am I right, Dakar? I think he is one of them. I'm super excited. So not only are you an icon for us this week and forever as a leader, of course, but you are one of the 20 outstanding global workers. So leading right into that, I want you, if you can, do us a favor because I know our fans are listening. And there's one thing about it, when I'm listening on looking at a talk show and I see someone phenomenal, to know how to contact them, whether it be to tell you my story. Okay. You know, it's one of those things. Sometimes it's like not about touching thousands, it could just be one that was moved by something that you said. So you could please tell us how to reach website or email, however it is, because we don't want to leave this show because bring you back. Just hint, so you know you'll be back.
Okay. Well,
how to reach you.
Yes, I have a website. It's Imam, I-M-A-M, Salahuddin, my name, SALAHUDDIN @.com. And the person can call if they want to get right to me. They can, call me 914-475-2605, or they can email me. My name Salahuddin Muhammad 735 @gmail.com, and they can do it that way. And believe me, I'm reachable. So I've always felt that I didn't want people to think that I was unapproachable. And I believe, from what I hear other people say, that they believe that about me, that no matter what my station was in life, I was approachable. And I never put myself in a position where people didn't feel like they could write anyone to call. I did write a book. It's called Bridging the Divide Between Immigrant and African American Muslims by utilizing the concept of Tawheed. Tawheed is the oneness of God. The oneness of God, that's what it means. And we believe that all the prophets, they came that essential message, one God. Not many, one God. And they were the ones who demonstrated it. They were the model for that particular time. And we believe in that. So if you is interested in the book, they can also go to the website and all of the information is there. I love to talk to you. I love to talk to you. I love to share with you. So please do call.
Thank you so much. You're right here on GODSU Tuesday Icon Talk. If you want to talk to an icon, if you want to read his wonderful book, yes, please. I'm sure his information is right here on Facebook Live. So make sure you like it, everyone, the fans. Give them hearts because we are so appreciative today to have Dr. Salahuddin here with us, sharing with us, and sharing just the good news on how to uplift others and continue to be a mentor. So here it is. Everybody's happy all about GODSU. I love GODSU. I just have to say this. It's not that I'm, trying to be biased or anything, because I'm here and I just love it, right?
Yes.
But I love it because of its mission. because of the leader, right? So I just want to take a second just to tell our followers and our fans all about GODSU. GODSU is Global Obey Day Seminary and University. It is a 501c3 interfaith e-learning global Florida Department of Education Commission of Independent Studies approved degree issuing, yes, religious institution of higher learning under the Florida statute of 1005.006 in Marymount, Florida, and it's in the beautiful suburbs of one of the beautiful suburbs in Fort Lauderdale.
Yes.
Some of our curricula programs here, I mean, they're all amazing, okay? But just some of them, such as our theology diploma,